I was texting Joe and I said, it feels right to have Miami after how last season ended. The inevitable rematch, let's have it.
A date with Boston begins Sunday for the Heat.
The fans wanted Boston. They got us, and we're going to tip it off in about an hour. We'll see what happens.
For 6 months and 82 games, one of the greatest regular seasons in NBA history. Whenever the Celtics made history with every 50-point lead, every 40-point win, and 82 games of offense never before seen in the game, a definitive undercurrent was there the whole time. It doesn't mean a thing without the ring.
Everything's on the line. If regular season is regular season, then playoffs is life or death.
Intensity, pressure, a level of detail.
It's like war. Like it's a grind.
From mid-April to mid-June, got to sacrifice some time just to be fully invested into what we got going.
There's just one focus, one purpose, and everyone's locked in.
The family understands what time it is.
There's nothing better than being in the back tunnel, walking out like you're getting ready for a fist fight, looking up and you feel the weight of the responsibility, the expectation.
What's on the line, what you're trying to accomplish.
What do we do with these opportunities that we get on the court? Where do we leave the Celtics name when we finish playing?
It's win or go home. All the chips are on the line.
So it was a Game 7. They stand eye to eye with history, and they did not blink. The Heat are going to the NBA Finals.
Obviously, we didn't finish the job the way we wanted to, but when you don't get what you want, what you get is experience. We failed. I failed. And we let the whole city down. We felt heartbreak, loss, and that just propelled me into everything that you see now. I'm a much better basketball player, and I attribute it to failure.
Went in and met with Brad and Joe, GM and the coach, and said, I don't want to bring the same team back. We're not running it back because it's been a couple years of inconsistency. I don't know what the changes are, but I'm requesting that you guys tell me what you think we ought to do.
I don't feel any more pressure to win now than I have every minute of every day I've been here. The North Star is to make the team that you're involved with the very best it can be, and that's your guiding light. And you're always thinking about how to do that.
Whoa, to the Celtics, they're working on a 3-team trade. What more can you tell us?
Kristaps Porzingis from Washington to Boston.
How you doing, Tony?
Winning is in the DNA here for sure. Strong culture, high expectations too. Like anything that's not winning, it doesn't go here. Coming into this kind of environment really motivates you even more.
As far as Marcus, very difficult conversations. Really hard to do. We're sad to see him go, but know that he'll always have Boston for sure, right? He knows we'll do anything for him, but it was hard.
We have some breaking Celtics news to report. The Celtics have acquired guard Jrue Holiday from the Blazers in a blockbuster deal one day before media.
I feel like coming here is definitely my best chance of winning and being able to help the guys here step up that game and become a champion.
KP and Jrue are some really talented, high IQ basketball players. Jrue being a champion, understanding what it takes to get the job done. KP being a 7'4" unicorn. Makes us so much more dynamic on both ends of the floor.
Jaylen Brown has agreed to a 5-year Supermax contract extension with the franchise.
Have you here to witness him to sign this monumental contract.
We got a lot of work to do, so let's get started.
Signing a big contract like that can be a huge expectation, a huge burden. It's on your shoulders. He has stood tall. He is playing the best basketball of his career by far.
Jaylen Brown.
I have a trust in this year's team and the guys on this team and the ethos of this team and the resiliency of this team.
So, Celtics,
one team around here. Everything we did in the 08 team, that was a part of, is similar. We came to play every game. We had a goal at the end of the season that we want to accomplish.
When we go through the game, we stay together, all right? Yeah.
We want to be the strongest, the longest at the end of the season.
What goes into winning a preseason game is no different than what should go into winning a regular season game. It's no different than what should go into winning a playoff game. It's 5-on-5. Rules don't change. Court dimensions don't change. The only thing that changes is the external perspective.
The culture that Joe and this group have built on professionalism, hard work, toughness, togetherness.
Be about the right things and sacrificing for the greater good of what that ultimate goal is, knowing that all of those things they're going to connect us as a group.
I mean, the truth of this team is balance. Like, the truth of this team is understanding that we're a really, really good team. But you could lose at any time. And when the playoffs start, we're 0-0.
What would you say to a Miami Heat fan today? Beat the Heat! All the way, stop. Without the Boston Celtics, the city of Boston wouldn't be the same.
It's a good day to bleed green today. I hope the parade is a similar weather so I could be wearing a nice jacket.
Get the brooms ready. Celtics in 4. Celtics in 4. Let's go.
Ever since LeBron was on the Heat, we've owned you guys ever since. It's not going to change.
Every time the Heat and the Celtics have been in the playoff, the winner goes to the finals for the past 10+ years.
We in the business of championship, and we will prove it this year.
There's no other bigger rival in the game, I think. Lakers aren't as good as they used to be. Celtics Heat.
It's time for Boston to get back on top.
The Celtics have set that bar by playing as well as they have this year. How are you going to use that pressure? Use it in the way that's going to propel you to play even better.
Oh, spin move, Jaylen Brown. Tatum down the lane, layup is good. Porzingis, the Celtics right now making it look easy.
14-0 is the Boston start. Heat trail by 5 at the end of one, by 15 at halftime. Now they stare up at the scoreboard, down by 32.
Winning can be just as detrimental as losing if you don't handle it the right way.
And another 3.
18-2, Miami run.
Boy, doesn't this building feel different?
You got to kick in, and your first opponent is Miami, the team that knocked you out last year, right? And they're coming, no matter what. When you play Miami, you better be ready because they're coming.
It's a game of runs that they were going to hit some shots and make a run. We just had to respond.
5 to shoot to White. White catches, fires, hits a 3. Tatum has his very first playoff triple-double.
Playoff basketball. It's not the last time I'm probably going to get hit like that or fouled. And I knew he was in the bonus, so put him there and make the free throw game.
They will rise to their feet at TD Garden. The postseason will begin with a 20-point win. The final score in Game 1, Boston 114, Miami 94.
Together, 1, 2, 3. Together. One of the most important things about my job is being the vulnerable one. And if you can break down those barriers, and get to the core of hey, it's who I am, but I'm only this because of the people around you, and you can do that, then it kind of creates the environment for others to do that. I consider myself one of the luckiest coaches in any profession because I have a group of guys that we believe in. I think in critical moments, that's one of the things that can kind of get you through those, is that belief in each other.
We understand the opportunity that we have and not taking anything for granted and trying to get better every single day. And we just look forward to the opportunity.
My girl and I got
Okay, show me.
What?
She's a fighter?
Yeah.
Let me see.
She's a good girl. She's a pretty girl. She doesn't fight. She just does good. She does this. Sorry.
See, I'm gonna love her.
See, you just love her. Come here, give me a hug. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh.
Probably head out here in like 10. I think when I check into the game, it needs to be different. The pace has to be a little bit different. The energy of the game. Coming into the league, I played a lot.
Leans in, scored in the foul.
My second year was part of the championship run.
Pritchard Pritchard a three-pointer. It's good.
Third year, I didn't play at all and kind of took a back seat. You know, it's been a long journey, and obviously then this year I ended up staying and, you know, carving out a role and, you know, being a part of it, so it's been good.
I've never seen a player work as hard as Payton, and I've never seen anyone who wants it more.
You guys don't mind if I dribble in here?
He's a basketball machine. You sort of take the basketball out of his hands, you wonder what he does with his other times. It's almost impossible to see him or think of him without, like, dribbling a basketball around.
The mental makeup, I think it all comes down to that. And no matter what situation you're in or the circumstances, you just never breaking under pressure. I'm curious to see what they come out and do today. I think for us, the biggest thing is it's on us, like keeping our foot on the gas and, you know, keep competing. If we compete at a high level and we control like the hustle parts of the game, the rebounding, defending every time, not giving up easy baskets, then we should be okay. If we can get this one today, it'll be, you know, it's definitely huge to go up 2-0 and then, you know, go on the road and who knows what can happen there, so.
This is a Heat team that they should dominate. They're not dominating tonight.
Do you feel like there's a heightened intensity, or do you feel like there's a general just calmness that you guys know what needs to be done?
Both. But you guys always ask me how I feel about the team. It really comes down to your habits. Our guys will be ready.
Do what we do. Get in the paint, spray threes, be aggressive, pick up the pace, and run.
Tyler to the left side of the arc, sidestep, fires the three, rattles, and another.
1 versus 8. Oh, that should be a sweep.
Throws it down with 2 hands.
That is their bread.
People don't understand. It don't go as planned, and it's hard to win.
He'll fire a three. He makes the three.
If you don't match that energy, then you can get beat. We're not invincible.
Reality is starting to settle in here. The Heat had to come to Boston to play the perfect game, and they did just that. And the best of 7 Eastern Conference quarterfinal is now a best of 5.
Not always, as a player, you want to hear the truth. Not always you want to look at your mistakes and have somebody tell you what your mistakes are, right? You know, it can be confrontational, right? And I think that's one thing Joe is really good at. He knows how to push players, and he has a good feel for that dynamic. And it would just be uncomfortable film sessions that has like brought us together as a unit.
The story was that the Celtics crapped their pants again.
They took a run at your best player at the end of game 1, and this is the Miami Heat, okay? So you have that history.
For all their talent, you still can't trust this team in the postseason. To me, that's the takeaway.
After last night's unmitigated disaster, I agree with so many of the comments.
They're just not going to learn anymore.
People are going to say what they're going to say. I think you really have to become one and be so locked in on the mission.
It is championship city. It's championship of us. The Celtics were tremendous this year. The best scoring offense in the history of the history. Every year that they don't win, it's going to be more and more pressure.
Series can change off of one game, so each game is so important, and the atmosphere in the building is definitely increased.
I'm not afraid of anybody. I think the team that we have, the way that we play, the chemistry that we have, I'm not afraid of anyone.
When you bring a group of guys that's all on the same page like that, the sky's the limit for them because it's not about them no more.
Looking up top for Porzingis.
They playing for something much bigger. About their families, about the city, about the legacy that they want to leave behind.
Derrick White flies in for an offensive.
Don't go out there wearing that jersey and don't put your best foot forward.
Where have you heard that before in this building?
Don't go out there wearing that jersey and not give it your all. You got to go out there, play like your life depended on it. We want to see you hustle. We want to see you hit somebody, make sure you let them know you here. And that's what wearing that Celtics green is all about.
I mean, we have the talent, right? We have the talent.
Derrick White, man of the hour.
You have to have a little bit of luck. You have to stay healthy. And you have to execute under pressure.
Takes it. Got it.
This is going to be a long road and tough road ahead of us. And yeah, we want to be the last team standing.
Porzingis has to come out. Something happened. Something bad happened.
They have been built to weather storms, and they've had to weather them throughout the course of the year. So I think I haven't seen anybody blink to this point.
I haven't gotten an update on Porzingis yet, so we can save the time. We got a lot of trust and faith in this whole roster, and we're going to need everybody.
The Celtics center Kristaps Porzingis has a right soleus strain. He's going to miss a while.
NBA Finals start June 6th. I would plan to play without him. Time to step up.
I believe what makes us different this year is the experience factor. I believe that our guys have continued to grow, more experience. I feel like we've seen a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different things go for and against us. And I feel like it's prepared us to being in this position right now.
You don't want to play with the basketball guys. I mean, you gave this team life when they won Game 2 here in your building. Close it out when you're supposed to close it out.
This crowd is really ready to go. Baseline Brown in the lane gets through. That's great work by Al Horford. That is great work. Tatum looks to go by Love. Left him in disgusting.
You got visuals on A, B, and C cam? Yeah.
Out of bounds. Who's got it? Detroit ball with 5 seconds to go. Thomas wants to get it in quickly. Does to Lambier. Stolen by Bird and the cut to DJ. Yeah!
I fully expect the Celtics to win this game tonight, so I fully expect this to be the last game I ever do. I think I'll probably become a little extra early tonight and walk around a little bit and just kind of get a feel for it. I've been thinking about what I need to do at the end of the game, to just say goodbye, or just give a tear-jerking talk for 2 or 3 minutes. And I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably have plenty of time to decide. I'll know by halftime that this is my last game.
5 in the shot clock. He sees it. He takes it.
What do you think you'll miss most?
People.
Okay, Tom, for a final time, you and me up in this perch here. We'll be down on the floor next year.
Well, this is fun.
It's a good game.
This is fun.
Good game.
I got to hug you on the air, man. I got to hug you.
I'll play it straight for as long as the game is in doubt. But if the game gets to double digits, I'm going to kick back and watch and just try to soak in this thing that's coming to an end right now. I don't know what to say, really. For the past 45 years, it's been an honor and my distinct pleasure to have been the voice of the Boston Celtics.
Pass deflected by Eddie House, picked off by Pierce. Ray Allen for the game. Got it at the buzzer.
I'll be forever grateful to this ownership for treating my family as they treat their own. And special thanks to all who welcomed Tommy, Scal, and me into your homes all winter long when there was a cold night going on outside. You turned us on, and that just couldn't have been better. There's no place I would rather have been. So, Boston, thank you. Good night.
Bears take one.
Who am I talking to? You? There she go. Pete! Johnny Joe, where you was at, dog?
It's a very elegant necklace.
Man, game 1, round 2. Another step toward where we need to be. I think in order to be great, in order to be able to get to the top, you have to have a certain mindset.
The Celtics select Paul Pierce.
It's stressful when you want to be one of the best, when you want to win. It comes with anxiety, it comes with blood, sweat, and tears.
Put extra 30 minutes on practice.
But I knew how much time I put into it. I never believed in failure. There was no article you can write that would put me down. It's hard to win. You want to be the best, the pressure come with that. Trials and tribulations come with that. Heartache come with that. And when you battle test it, it builds something in you to where you hate that feeling. I feel like it's a real different energy around this team. The heartaches of last year, the year before, they got something to prove. Because they know that when they walk into that building, we don't hang up division banners. We don't hang up conference banners. We only hang up championship banners. They know they're close. And I think they're ready to get to the mountaintop.
First time I went to a game, pretty much was in the 6th game of the playoffs in 2008. Me and my daughter were gonna do half white and half green faces. We didn't have time, so we went to the bar. And there was a guy in the bar that had green hair. And I said, oh, I was gonna do this and that. And he turned around to me and handed me a tube of green. And I went in the bathroom in the Bearworks and changed my hair into green with the paste. And I walked out of there and the bouncer at the door says, what happened to you? I go, yeah, what happened? I went in with regular hair, I come out with green.
Oh, everything is green all the time. From the sink to the floor to the towels. But he loves it, so it's okay.
And people will come up and, like the other day at the market, the guy came up, I gotta ask you, are you the guy I go, yeah, I'm the guy from the Celtics games with the great hair. When I go into the garden, it's like I'm walking into family. It's something that we all love and have a craziness for, and we got to be a little crazy to do some of the stuff we do, but we love it, and we'll do anything for this team. So this is the year, I think.
Yeah. Remember, the Cleveland Cavaliers chose this path. The fans at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse chanted, we want Boston, we want Boston. Careful what you wish for.
The only question left, is this finally the right mix that can get this franchise back to the holy grail of the sport?
And the Eastern Conference semifinals are underway. Swings to Jaylen Brown, up takes the three, and knocks down the
at home, new series, trying to set the tone for what the series is going to look like from a toughness standpoint, from a competitiveness standpoint.
Hey, we haven't put our mark on the game defensively like we know we can. We got to be better defensively.
It's time to eat. And you got to have those guys that have that grime and that dog in them.
I was definitely barking.
I did not get a bark in now. That's on me.
Derrick White, he stepped back on Mechalle, he drills another one.
Derrick White is grown, and he's being aggressive, and we urge him to do that. We're gonna need that more and more down the line.
Pritchard has been here before, breaks across half 35-footer and drills it. And it is over. The Celtics strike first. And like most of the teams that have walked into TD Garden, they get blown off the floor.
It's gonna be tough for a team to have to beat us
4 times. As long as we come out and we execute on both ends and we're the harder playing team, I think we'll be fine.
Hornets have hired a new coach. Charles Lee comes to the Queen City from Boston, where he is currently an assistant coach.
The mindset that I continue to come back to every time is that I love this game. I love helping people. I love having teams be successful in any possible way they can. And I just want to continue to be somebody that leaves the organization in a better place than when I got there.
Every part of your journey, whether it's success or failure, they play a part in shaping who you are as a team.
There's a connectedness you need, toughness, resilience, there's an emotional high and low.
Some nights it don't turn out the way we wanted it to turn out, but the great thing about a remarkable team is they had the ability to bounce back.
And you have to eliminate the expectation that it's always going to go your way, because it's not. It's going to go the way it's supposed to go, and you got to adjust accordingly along the way.
The emotional toll that a season can take, a game can take, a series can take, is all real. So you just have to be able to navigate those. I think experience is a great teacher.
I look at game 2 like I look at almost any game in any playoff series. Like whoever you're playing, they're good. If you don't play your best, you don't win. You're not going to shortcut it. You've got to battle through failure to get to success. That's a part of what it takes to be a champion.
Ain't nothing like winning in Boston, man. Ain't nothing like winning in Boston. Nothing. You hear me?
They all count the same, whether we lost by 3 or lost by 25. They all count as one. It's my first year in the league. I grew up, watching LeBron, be a few shots away from, beating him and his team and going to the championship. It's just something I will always remember.
It's definitely tough, but we have nothing to hang our heads about. That year, we had other guys that were expected to come in and help us, and they were injured throughout the year. Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, and JB and JT. I felt like they had to grow up quickly.
There was minimal expectation because you didn't know how good Jayson Tatum was. Tatum was just a rookie. You didn't know how good Jaylen Brown was in his second year. But then you started to see it, and it happened quickly. They rattled off a 16-game winning streak.
Just watching them and how they continued to grow that year throughout the playoffs. JT, his confidence kind of went through the roof after that. JB started to assert himself as well.
It was impossible where the Celtics had been just a couple of years earlier. They'd be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. A 19-year-old rookie who just turned 20, playing with Jaylen Brown, playing with Al Horford. With the injuries they had suffered, it made no sense. And on the other side of the floor is the generational player.
With 6:45 remaining, Tatum drives down and throws it down! Wow! Jayson Tatum has electrified the crowd.
Y'all all fight for one thing, and it's numerous hands reaching out at it, numerous bodies attacking what you want. It's hard.
You hear the chants of "Let's go Celtics" for their team that had this improbable run.
That was the start of it, right? We're gonna win, and you probably think all right, we'll just get over the hump next year or the following year, whatever it takes.
5 Eastern Finals and 1 final. You have that defeat stuck in your chest.
You find yourself doubting yourself at times, can you help this team get to the next level? Do you want to quit? There's just so many things that come in trying to be the best and trying to be a champion also.
Year after year, of having success, that's pressure, that's expectation.
Just because you make it to a certain level where you're almost there, everything can change with the flip of a coin. So you got to take advantage of the moment. And right now, I think this is the moment for the young guys.
And after what Jaylen Brown called an unacceptable Game 2 performance, we'll see what type of energy this team responds with in front of a raucous crowd here. The Cavs have yet to lose this postseason.
We're on the road back against the wall where my dog's at.
It's do or die time right now, and that's the mentality that you have to come out with tonight and every game going forward.
The hesitation, the explosion in the flush.
Whether things are going well or they're not going well, making sure we stick together.
White, 3, got it! Donovan's got 23.
Not overreacting, just staying poised, knowing that it's going to be difficult. Knowing there's going to be difficult times. No playoff run is easy. There's going to be hard times. The experience allows us to make sure we rely on each other.
I think experience is everything. I think being able to experience the ups and downs and going through struggles, all that kind of plays into how you grow and having those opportunities to grow so that when you get to a tough spot, you'll be able to prevail.
Pritchard just dribbling the ball at the half-court line. Long 3. Oh, my. Payton Pritchard.
And look, he's talking stuff. Oh, I hate that.
You know, we've always done a really good job of responding.
Gets blocked from behind by White.
And not letting things, snowball.
And now Brown lays it in.
Tatum, pump fake, on the baseline, turns. Arcing jumper is all net. The final seconds tick off the clock, and it's like a rerun. Groundhog Day, again and again and again.
We played like the hungry team, and I said, most important thing, we're the hungriest mother. All right, we got it, 1, 2, 3.
Here we go, game 4.
And LeBron James is in the building.
Cavaliers without Donovan Mitchell with a calf injury.
The team has its best player taken away right before the tip. There is an energy that comes with that on both sides. You knew the Cavs would come out strong. They're going to play hard because there's a desperation. When you lose one of your senses, the others get heightened.
Jrue stops, 3.
Immediate timeout by Joe Mazzulla.
8-2 run timeout. All of a sudden, you coming out of that timeout, you have to understand it. That stop right there could change the outcome of a game.
Blocked on a put back by Jayson.
Here's a small run that if we didn't manage better, it could cost us. It's that fine balance of, play your game versus when it's time to adjust.
Performing well may look different from night to night because of how talented this team is. It might be 30 points, but it might be 10 assists, or it might be protecting the rim. Within the walls of this building, we're celebrating those things because we know that contributes to winning.
What are the largest threats? What are the best possible outcomes? 2 minutes left, fourth quarter. What do I need to do to help my team win?
Celtics playing their first clutch minutes now of the playoffs.
It's like it's either in you or it's not. You look forward to the moments where you get to display it.
Boston by 5, 1:15 left. Tatum turns the corner, kick out, open, Jaylen, 3, got it! Jaylen Brown knocks down the killer 3 with 1:07 to go, and that's all that separates the Celtics from a 3-1 series lead.
Most important thing is making sure that we don't take anything for granted. Right? We have to be the harder playing team. We can't take any of this for granted heading into the next game. However long it takes, whatever it takes. That's a great job, mental toughness. Defense, 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's go, fellas.
Sounds a little like the old Garden in here as we get set for Game 7 here in Boston. That just
Game
sounds
7.
right. Game 7 in Boston.
You couldn't hear nothing in that locker room. It wasn't nobody playing. It wasn't nobody on the phones. Nobody was talking to each other. We had our head down, thinking of what we got to do to secure a victory. We all do our little Celtics, hoorah, Celtics, hoorah, 1, 2, 3, and Butu.
Hoorah! Celtics! Hoorah! 1, 2, 3, and Butu!
We all knew what that meant. We all together. But we didn't say nothing to each other the whole time. Paul Pierce, he woke up and took the challenge.
Pierce again splits the track, drive right down the middle, scoops to the left hand off the window and in. Here's the double, Pierce, he's feeling it. Paul Pierce lighting it up.
But with the greats, they can just scrap your game plan real easy.
It's good. 27 for LeBron.
He can put a team on his back by himself.
James with the steal. Here he goes. And James makes it a 1-point game with 2:20 to play.
KG, he said, Jrue, in the huddle. Jrue like, what? I don't have it that much today. I don't have it. You got to bring us home. Jrue said, okay, I got you. I got you. I'm looking at the huddle like, oh, shoot. Oh, this is good.
Pierce on a drive, on the pull-up. It's good.
Paul Pierce is what's working. Get him the ball and get out of his way.
And he went out there and he brung his home.
Ilgauskas on the second tip. Pierce comes out with it and calls timeout. He gets the timeout. Paul Pierce making every big play for the Celtics today. Points for Pierce and a huge sigh of relief.
It's an emotional game. When you got so many people reaching for what you want, it's an emotional roller coaster. But when you understand that being at the top is hard and know that you're gonna have to take some type of lumps, it's easy to endure. What this team has gone through over the years has really helped them grow. But you can't look at tomorrow or next year or what you can grow into. Right now is the opportunity. In the spirit of competition, you have to have a certain mindset. Stay on path, stay on focus to be one of the best. You know, some of the powers that some of these players have, you think they down and out, then next thing you know, they rise.
Awesome play. Jumps in the air. Saved with Horford. Unbelievable.
It's kind of what being a Celtic is all about, right? We got to have grit. We got to, go out there. We got to go get it.
When Al does that, everybody has to follow. And from that point on, we just went on a run and played Celtic basketball.
Just doing what it takes to win. Just try to make a play and just be ready for that moment.
Game 5 at home. What you saw, I think, is what we can be at the highest of level when our opponent brings the best out of us. This is a closeout game. The team is fighting for their life. We have to enter the fight. We have to be the team that's fighting for their life. But at the end of the day, you gotta do it together. There will be moments of doubt, fear, stress. There'll be all those things. You gotta go head first into it. However long it takes, you can't have the expectation that it's gonna be easy, that it's gonna go a certain way. You just gotta stay in the fight. And at some point, we're gonna make a breakthrough. It takes what it takes.
Being a champion is a desire to achieve. A lot of people want to be in that big moment, but they're very fearful what comes if they don't get it done the way they want. The mindset is always no fear.
Falls away at the free throw line. No good. Rebound. Turner gets it away. 10 seconds to go. Celtics have to give the foul, and the Pacers are going to get game 1.
And to prove to everybody how much they trust each other, how much they care about one another.
Looking, finds Siakam, knocked out of bounds, Celtics ball.
And to prove the desire they have to accomplish something that nobody will ever be able to take away from you.
And how many chances are the Pacers going to give the Celtics?
Basketball guys have to come in the minute.
When you fail, when you lose,
when things don't go your way, any form of adversity is when, you gotta make a decision. When you have these huge moments right in front of you, sometimes it can make you want to freeze. In those moments, embrace it. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. Just think about right now.
The people that you rely on to pick you up when you're knocked down. That's your brotherhood. You're gonna have that bond with each other for the rest of your life.
Red, there are good ball players, there are great ball players, and then there are the greatest ball players. What makes the greatest ball player?
It's the ability to perform under dire situations. In other words, what does he do in a clutch? What has he won? Forget about all the stats. Russell would rise to occasions. Havlicek, Kuzi, Heinsohn. I can go on and on. They would rise to occasions. There are a lot of athletes, when it comes to taking that last shot, where you win or lose, they shy away from it. Like the guy who's going to say, give it to me, I'll take that shot. And that's what makes greatness. Gotta go.
When I was a young teenager watching that era, Cowens and Havlicek and JoJo, and it was spectacular. Followed them, of course, through the 80s. And then 2002, I had the idea. Set a partnership with 23 partners. It's been the greatest experience of my life is that partnership and this team and having it all come together. The first thing we did was we brought back Red Auerbach to be the team president. And truly, he was a mentor. He became one. It was a great honor. We hired some PhD students to look at the stats of the teams that had won the previous 25 NBA championships.
We've moved way past that kind of analysis now, obviously, but that was an early thing that we did to sort of justify the strategy that Danny and I and others there were working to execute at the time.
When they ran the numbers, 24 out of those 25 teams had actually had one characteristic in common. They each had a big three concept. And Danny said, in 3 years, we can maybe get Kevin Garnett from Minnesota. So let's get ready for 3 years.
Captain Paul Pierce, the newest member of the Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen.
Danny Ainge, while he was very open to the analytics, he's looking for intangibles in guys. Like, he liked tough players. He liked guys who had that dog in them, as they say these days.
Timing's important. We got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen right when those guys were ready to win.
Everybody's been tested. Everybody's been questioned. Everybody's been in trade rumors. And now it's like, here go the window right now. This is the window opportunity right now.
We circled around that blank banner in practice and literally said, we're gonna restore order to this franchise because we gotta be the ones to do it. If not us, then who?
When we went to Italy, how we linked together, we just started getting closer and closer and closer.
We did everything as like a family.
Hoorah! It was unlike anything I've ever experienced with an NBA team.
We do everything together. We had a phrase, Ubuntu, meaning I can't be all I can be without my teammates being all they can be. So, you gotta sacrifice yourself for the team.
Every single person on that team was just tough and competitive and kind of crazy.
The most competitive group, top to bottom, on the court, off the court.
True right now, raw and uncut after the game.
We had a crazy mentality like that. We was all fighting with each other. So Paul Pierce came up with this idea. He called it the G unit runs. It's no fouls, blood, it's okay. People walked out with nosebleeds. People walked out with black eyes. People walked out there, sometimes couldn't walk out of there. We did it every day.
That's what really happens behind the scenes, man.
It can get kind of nasty out here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you need to be nasty to get where you want.
That's who those guys were, and they loved the physical challenge of it. They loved the mental warfare of it. That, to me, is what separated that team.
People start messing with KG in the game. KG will run, sprint past Doc. Put my pit bulls in the game. Start to get ready, lace them up.
Dribble, zips the entry, Leon Poe catches, flies in, two-hand slam, and the foul.
We were just some dogs back then. Uncontrollable dogs, but Doc occasionally kept us calm, but we was gonna mix it up. We was gonna talk a lot of trash. If you wanted to fight, we was gonna fight. We was gonna do anything we had to do to win the ball game.
I don't care how many game sevens we gotta go through, we gonna get there. We mentally tough.
We don't know how long a team can stay together. We don't know what can happen with injuries. There's so many things that comes into winning. You have to be good and lucky.
The 2008 Eastern Conference champion, Boston Celtics.
Fast forward to this team right now. Look how life works. Comes back around. How long has it been since we won a championship? It's been a while, right? Since 08. This team now has that same opportunity. You know what? We got a chance to restore order.
There is only championships here. That is always the goal. You know what the standard is here. You walk into a building where the ghosts and the championships are over your head literally all the time.
Fundamentals win basketball games, just as the Celtics are doing now. The Celtics are a fast-breaking, hard-driving team that hustles to score. For the fan, it offers speed, excitement, and an exhibition of almost unbelievable skill and accuracy. It may sound odd for the coach of one of the highest-scoring teams in basketball history to say this, but defensive tactics get as much stress in Celtics practice sessions as any other phase of the sport. But if you look a little deeper than the flash and excitement of the game itself, you find the never-ending attention to details that make champions: physical conditioning, good mental attitude, the will to win. But it's the team with the mastery of fundamentals that's the winning team.
Jaylen, was there any motivation after hearing that you didn't make an All-NBA team?
I mean, we 2 games from the finals, so
honestly, I haven't got the time to give.
And Jaylen drops 40 in game 2.
You've listened to the national commentary, right?
Yeah, they get no credit nationally.
They have more questions than answers and more sort of things to pick at than to feel confident about. It's like, I feel like that's almost unanimous.
For various reasons, I feel like I don't get the credit or respect that I have earned. And I'm at the point in my life where I don't give I might never get it, and I'm okay with that. I am who I am. I do what I do, and I believe in what I believe in. So the ones who are with me, let's rock and roll, and the ones who aren't, can kiss my ass.
Pretty much. You don't shut it out. You use it as fuel. You fuel your fire. People say, "Oh, you don't hear anything. You don't." No, you're going to react. You're a human being.
My mom used to always say, you gotta have thick skin. People gonna throw rocks, arrows, everything at you. And you gotta let have that bounce off you, and you gotta keep moving. I was able to endure that to where it never bothered me. The time when I was successful, now I'm looking at everybody like, what now? What now?
What do you think, P?
In the finals, baby. This is where it's at.
Oh, are they ready, B?
here in the city of Boston. The Beat LA chants started about an hour ago. It seems like old times as the Lakers and Celtics battling again here in June.
I just remember just telling myself what I wanted to accomplish when I knew it was so far out of reach at the time. And I think that goes to show, I think, the power of the mind. You know, if you believe something and you really work toward wanting to be that, you can accomplish it.
Being in the finals, you just got to believe. You believe in yourself, believe in your team. The fire that you need to try to win a championship is on a whole nother level. And we seen that firsthand.
On the floor, this is Paul Pierce grabbing that right leg. He looks in some pain.
This is what we're talking about, adversity. You overcome it. Nothing stops us.
This is the sight that the Celtic fans want to see. Huge ovation as their captain and leading scorer returns. Rondo to Pierce. Pierce for three. Bang! Rondo back to Pierce. Another three. Puts it in. Back-to-back three-pointers for Paul Pierce. Celtics take game 1.
Game 2, man, that was a good night. That was a good night right there. I just felt good. I felt the energy that day. I'm always ready when my number's called.
Poe to the basket again. Leon Poe for the game of his life. 16 points in 10 minutes.
He was feeling relief. We was feeling happy. The buzz was good. But, you know, anytime you're in a matchup with Kobe, you take nothing lightly. You won 2 games, but it's like, man, we're going to have to get one over there, too.
Down 20 plus points, and collectively as a group just buckled down.
I know that sounds so cliche and whatever, but it really was just like one possession at a time. On to the next. If we don't make the shot, we got to get a stop. It was methodical. We just kept pushing. We kept believing in. And before you know it, PJ dunks it at the buzzer. We look up, we down 2.
Coach said, all right, we're going to drop a play. Crucial part of the game. We got KG, we got Ray Allen, we got Paul Pierce on the team, right? I haven't shot the ball all game. Leon, you on the post right there. I want Paul to throw it in, clear it out. I even said, hold on. And he's throwing it into me. In a clear out? He said, you heard me. You heard the play. Do you believe in yourself? Everybody believed in me. And I don't think that would be said for a lot of other teams.
Big game. Back in Boston in game 2. Backs in, jump shot, banks it in. And the Celtics are back from 24 down to tie the game.
We finally took the lead in the 4th quarter. I made the shot on the right wing. We never looked back after that. At that point, we knew we was winning the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it was everything. It was mental toughness. It was hard. You know, you get tested.
Let's go! That's a great win, but this is not our goal to win 3 games. Our goal is to win 4 games, all right?
To win big in Boston is to win a championship. Not get to the conference finals or get into the finals and lose them. You gotta win it.
Come on, guys.
1, 2, 3.
That's why you come here. That's why you join a team like the Boston Celtics. It's their time now.
I think oftentimes when you win big, you have a tendency to stay the same. But the reality is changes being made on the other side will allow the other team to play better and believe more. And you have to counter that.
The Pacers are the underdog. They have nothing to lose. If they lose the series, everybody's like, well, you played well. If they win it, be up in arms right now because the Celtics lost this series. For this team, for this group, they know that they have to get to that next level.
Throughout the course of the year, we've had deficits and been able to come back. The consistent theme of those situations is individually, when we stay poised, can we stay together as a team? Can we keep the right mindset so that we can take advantage of the opportunities that the game presents? all the lessons that they've learned throughout the course of their careers of playing together. Hopefully they help us in that moment.
Suddenly the Celtics within 3. Timeout Indiana.
I think the type of calm that we have as a team, I think it's different. We know that challenges are going to happen. But we know that we can withstand any punch.
Crowd stunned right now, but knows their team still has a chance. Has it. Rick Carlisle says go. Nimhard.
Sometimes you get punched in the mouth, then you got to get up and punch back.
Drives into the paint, knocked away and stolen by Holiday.
No matter how long it takes and no matter what it takes, get it done.
And the Celtics have done it. They come from 18 down.
Expectations are high, especially when you're a good team. There's pressure that comes along with it.
Year in which everybody told the Boston Celtics this year is a failure unless you get to the NBA Finals. They can check it off the list.
You gotta train yourself mentally to be able to handle those external states, but do the things that matter regardless of what type of game it is. Can you use this particular experience as a driving force?
Collectively as a group, you come together even more. You pull one another even more.
I feel like this year there's definitely another level of focus, of execution. Everything is heightened a little more, and everything means a little more.
Step back, 3/4 up.
You work your ass off to put yourself in these positions, and now we're moving into the final moments. How present can your mind be?
Whether we've been up, whether we've been down, the group finds a way. Tied game. We want the last shot.
These guys from the first day of training camp said they want to be champions. The game ain't over till 4 zeros on the clock. We just showed the heart of a champion.
Trust in one another. Try to make a play. Be ready for that moment.
Pulls back, lost the ball, got it back, kicks it out. White, corner 3. Derrick White from downtown. Celtics by 3.
Being the Eastern Conference champion it's an awesome feeling, but the trophy is the silver trophy. We want the gold trophy. People don't remember the conference champions. They remember the world champions. And that's our goal, to be the world champions.
The Boston Celtics aren't a basketball team, it's a way of life. That quote says it all. This team has been around a long time before, and it's gonna be around a long time after. And for the time that we're all in charge of this thing, it's making sure we're living up to the values of it. Carrying on the responsibility of what it's meant to be a Celtic the entire time. That's what Bill Walton talked about. Character, toughness, being a great teammate. It's who you are. That arena has seen it all. And you just gotta take it all in. You gotta hear the banners screaming and yelling. You gotta hear and feel everything that arena has been through. And you have to bring it. This is why we do what we do. The situation that we're in right now. Battling for as long as we need to battle for. You have to get it done. Bleeding, sweating, not being able to walk. Never leaving the arena. However long it takes, whatever it takes.
Good shot. He likes shooting, and if it's ever on the TV, he'll clap anytime anybody makes a shot, whether it's the other team or anybody. Wanna shoot? Can you shoot? Good shot. So pretty much all my day is just rebounding for him. He's cash. Might be the best shooter in the family. You want Dada to shoot? Ready? Watch, I'm gonna shoot. Thank you, thank you. #1 fan, no matter what. Where's JB at? Right here. Who's your favorite player? Ah, thank you. I'm just a small kid from Colorado. Ready, set, to go. Top of the mountain. Run! My dad was born in Boston, so I heard a lot about it growing up. Good luck tonight. Put a stamp on it early. Don't let them get comfortable. See you at the game. Push the tempo. Dare to be great. Love, Pops. Stuff like that. I mean, whatever they want to do, I'm gonna support it. It'd be just cool to see them kind of going for their goals. I think it just kind of changes your perspective on things. I could go home, I could have 30, I could have 0. It won't change how he looks at me. My second son's 6 months now, so just kind of change your perspective of what's really important. Dax is playing defense. Obviously, it's the best thing that happened to me at the end of the day. I feel like if I didn't have kids and these 10 days off, I'd been just paranoid and thinking about nothing but the finals. But at least the kids now give you a distraction and something to take your mind off of it and kind of change your perspective about it. So looking forward to it, but these days have been long. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you wanna take a trip, climb on board my rocket ship. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
This is what you played your whole life for, this moment right here. You think about from the first time you pick up a ball.
We all got journeys from different places, different walks of life. And we all met here at this moment in time. Now, final stages. It's about if we're going to take advantage of it or not. Some people are born to do great things. It's just a matter of time until they realize it.
Growing up, I always dreamed about being in this position that I am. And I just always felt like not enough kids back home dream big enough. People never see outside of St. Louis.
Folks, thanks. Have a great day. Enjoy your stay. And welcome to Boston. I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Go Celtics.
He came home, I believe he's in the 2nd grade. They had done some exercise at school where they went around the class and they all talked about what they wanted to be when they grew up. And he told them, I want to be an NBA player. And she told him, he needed to pick a more realistic goal, and the class kind of chuckled. It devastated him, and he came home and he was crying. And, I just took him by the chin, lifted his head up, and I told him, what she thinks of him doesn't dictate, his future, his purpose, what he was born to do, and to never let anybody tell him there's nothing he couldn't do.
The Boston Celtics select Jayson Tatum.
The moment they called his name, to watch your child pour into something, put the work in, dedicate their lives, and work relentlessly to chase after a dream and then to see it come true, is one of the best feelings ever.
My mom surrounded me with tough love. She understood what I was trying to do and what I was trying to accomplish and where I was coming from. Wasn't the perfect circumstances, right? Single mother, 18, 19 years old, living check to check, so I wouldn't be here had not my mom challenged me and pushed me as much as she did and still does to this day.
I always knew he would be a good dad. To watch him and the way him and Deuce interact and the way he feels about him and the way Deuce feels about his dad it's indescribable.
I was a kid who had a kid. I was still trying to figure out my way in this league. So I just wanted him to come to my games and share those moments. I wanted him to be a part of the journey with me and all the memories that we've been able to share over the years.
I was a single mom. I was 18 with a baby, and everyone told me I was going to be another statistic, that I wouldn't be able to go to law school. I would never be able to fulfill my dreams. And I just always remind him, as long as, I got breath in my body, I'll be there to have his back and support him in every way and push him and cheer him on, and there's nothing he can't do. Jayson, it's me, it's Mama. My message to you this playoffs is to block out all the noise. Remember who you are, remember the work you've put in, remember God created you, you were born to do this. This is part of the journey and your story. You've always won, you're gonna continue to win. Make sure you enjoy this process and, leave it all on the floor.
Who you surround yourself with at any point in time in your life, you're gonna be a product of them. When my family raised me and the people I had around me, they always spoke success into existence.
I see him walk out that tunnel, we lock eyes, and I just know, this is where he's supposed to be. It's all the characteristics that he was taught as a young man. It doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what people think. Put your head down and you just grind. The time that he takes to connect with every player and staff member on a deeper level is what makes the difference. To have these genuine, heartfelt, deeper relationships, they become family.
Shuttles into the corner. Al Horford up, takes the three. Al Horford with the first bucket.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. We have an announcement to make today. We're welcoming Al Horford and his family to Boston and looking forward to the future.
It is a lifestyle being a Celtic. Hardworking, caring for your teammate, caring for your community.
Thank you. Vamos a hacerlo. Vamos arriba. Vamos allá. Está bien.
Wish you the best of luck bringing banner 18 to Boston.
I just want to point out to Al, he might not have seen it, but there's a blank banner up there on the right. So we're hoping that we can work together on that one.
My dad was, a big reason why I started to play basketball, and just at this stage of my career, for him to enjoy these moments, it's a very special thing. I don't take it for granted. Being able to do that with my son as well and having him be around with our group, it's pretty special too.
I used to take him to practice. I used to take him to all my game. And he was 3 years old. And then he just sat on the chair for 2.5 hours without moving, just watching me practice. That's the way we raise him. He's always was a very disciplined young man. When I see him on the court, that put me up because, I know how bad he wanted to win. I remember I used to put a little hoop on the door, and then he used to take a little basketball and then shoot on that. I used to shoot with him. If I was winning, he started crying. He always was competitive. He hated losing. And since that moment, I said, this kid's gonna be something special,
Whenever anybody says, what's a great leadership quality, when I was growing up, it was loud, it was the biggest presence in the room. But Al, he knows exactly what to say at the right time. And he's probably the most patient leader I've ever been around.
Everything that I see right now that you guys see, it doesn't surprise me because I saw that since he was a younger man. His approach, the game and his teammate like a family. As a father, I don't think I can be any more proud, than what I am right now.
I believe that, with this group, we've been through ups and downs, and I'm here, to help those guys, along the way. They've had to manage going from players trying to find their way in the league to becoming these superstars.
When you get to those moments, you just gotta let, your instincts kind of take over. Just let, nature take its course. And that's just being who you are and being present in the moment.
I believe that basketball chose Jaylen. It was divine intervention. Jaylen wasn't able to walk at the time. He was 9 months old.
I think I was on a Fisher-Price, but that's too cliche. I think I was just literally playing with a basketball and
Quenton was kind of taunting him, and I could see him like tunnel vision, like mesmerized with the ball. Jaylen started to chase the ball. Those were his very first steps. People doubted him being the 3rd pick in the draft.
The Boston Celtics select Jaylen Brown from the University of California, Berkeley.
What's your message to the Boston Celtics fans that might not have known you, but now that you're a member of the Boston Celtics?
I'm going to go to war for the city every night. First off, I want to say I'm happy to be a part of the family. I know Boston has a lot of history, a lot of tradition, and I want to add to that.
They doubted him with getting biggest contract in NBA history.
I'm even more happy that his mom is here, can be present and watch her son blossom in life.
You know who you are, you have more purpose in every step that you take. I think that's one of the essentials of life, is just trying to figure out who you are. Knowing your purpose puts everything in perspective. Through challenges.
Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
Through adversity.
The Heat are going to the NBA.
Through perseverance. I think that's when growth happens.
he just has a certain Mamba mentality, Jordan mentality, as the culture would say, but I think that's just his own juice. Whether it's a game winner three or a game winner jump shot, he's hit it since middle school, high school, college, all the way up to pro.
And he's always been like that. You tell him he can't do something, he's gonna work hard to make sure that you're proved wrong. When you embrace your differences, you become more empowered. As a parent, you want your child to do well, be successful, and have a purpose. And if you continue to be authentic to yourself, you will definitely be successful.
I think it's already destined. It's already inside of you. But you know, some people were born and some people were sent.
Kristaps Porzingis comes back in after missing the last 10 games. He has not played for 38 days.
Caught myself today kind of sitting on the sideline and thinking like, I'm at the top of this game, no? And the best team in this whole sport. It's kind of like a surreal feeling, right? I think it's important to kind of look back and appreciate where you come from and how far you've came, but not stare back for too long. Just a moment of gratitude.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this position. I wouldn't be this successful. I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Had not my mom challenged me and pushed me as much as she did and still does to this day.
My father, Roosevelt, and my mother, Tanya, they allowed me to really understand how important it is to work. This is something as a kid you dream about, right? You work every day hoping to get here.
Everything that happened in the past has gotten me to why I look forward. Even if a difficult time happens, I know that something good is gonna happen after that.
For me, just the love I have for it and the belief I have in myself keeps me going.
Coming to the U.S., pursue my dreams.
Not getting drafted and getting cut and getting hurt.
You know, being the rookie, the youngest guy.
It's just a special moment. You know, I was able to live out, a dream of being in the NBA.
That's everybody's dream. That's my dream. So being here, it's a blessing.
I mean, a couple of years ago, I was like at the NBA, and we had just had our first daughter. Wanted to be a good husband and father. Then kind of being like without a job and not really sure where we're going to be going. And And it's special, obviously, to be a part of this now and trying to win a championship. And to think I would be there almost 3 years ago. And that felt like it.
Just continue to believe in the work you put in, believe in the fundamentals that you have, and just trust that you can do anything that you set your mind to.
And whatever the outcome is, you live with that because, you're doing what you believe in.
I have tunnel vision, whatever it is that's in my way, boom, I'm gonna do whatever is necessary to be healthy and to help this team win a championship.
Being in a team like the Celtics, it's different. This year, I feel like it's come together for us, and we're in the middle of it right now, but I've seen that growth.
It's humbling being on the team, especially when you have a group of great guys who are willing, just as willing as you. It makes it fun to come to work.
The tradition, the history, the great players, coaches that have been here before us, they have shown you how it can be done, and they're proof that it can be done. But the culture of the organization are the people in the building.
When everybody has that same vision and same drive, it creates a really motivating environment. It's a grind, man. It's tough, just game by game, play by play, pushing your body to the limit to get that win in the end, to possibly edge our name in stone forever. That's the only goal.
Chris, I'm here with Bill Russell. Bill, this must have been a great win for you. Exactly. I know it's hard to say what's in your mind right now, Bill, and it must have been a great win. I'm just lost for words.
I was really in love with my career. I just loved it. Every minute of it that I played for the Celtics was a joy to me. When we were on the court or in the locker room with my teammates, that was a marvelous, marvelous, wonderful time for me. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed. I always say that it was like, from there, I couldn't go to heaven because leaving there and going anyplace else was a step down.
It was 5 hours before the game, and I remember Joe walked by me and he stopped and he looked up at the banners and he asked me, which one was yours? He looked at me and said, I would do anything to put another banner up there. He had tears in his eyes. I mean, I think he is just that passionate about getting this team to the next level.
This team's been here long before any of us have joined, and it's going to be here long after we're all gone. For this particular time, we have the responsibility and the ownership of it, and it's everyone's job to carry that forward.
It's an honor, it's a privilege, and it's something that I always dreamed about.
We worked all year for these moments, but now we're here. Let's take care of business. and do what we're supposed to do.
Set an example, set a tone, play for one another.
Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
In 2022, the Celtics, they were the underdogs. And now all of a sudden, you turn around and you realize you are historically dominant. After all the years of chasing, now you are the hunted.
You're in the lion's den right now. That's where you're at. You're in the lion's den.
Those dogs, those savages where it's win or die, those are the ones that carry you through.
We've been hunting all year, but the thing that people don't realize, we've been doing the hunting too.
It's that fight or flight mode that you play with and that edge you have. Whatever it takes, it's life or death.
KP, just a mismatch nightmare. Great defense at the rim. Beautiful stroke.
Dominant.
If you're in the right mindset as a player, you always want to be challenged to the maximum and be in an environment where the guy next to you is also pushing himself to the maximum and the coaches and the organization is giving their all.
Any given night, there's different roles and responsibilities that individuals on the team might have to take. Some people have to step up, some people might have to sacrifice, and it's just that balance throughout the course of a year.
You know, being in that stadium, recognizing that the tension never goes away. The tension towards being in position to win, I will always be there.
Here we go. Hey, no hesitation out there. Do what we do. Just breathe. When the adversity comes, that's when we step up.
Before I came, they've been Eastern Conference Finals multiple times. I made it to the finals, but you can feel it even more. The ultimate goal here is to win.
He tries and nails a three-pointer. 11 points already for Doncic.
Winners, we love the struggle. We ain't running from this. We're not gonna run and jump ship. We're gonna get better and try to win.
We knew they was gonna come out like this. Let's beat the moment.
Going through different trials and tribulations prepares you with winning games, losing games, playing in close games. By any means necessary, make it happen.
There's no reason to be nervous. We're prepared, and we all know we're prepared, so it's more excitement and ready for the moment. The moment's big, and we all understand that, but for me, you know, I play every game like it's NBA Finals.
My problem was like I'd have confidence and then I'd lose it quickly. Like I was too focused on the result, not the process. Like, you're gonna make shots, you're gonna miss shots. That's the game of basketball.
Yes, and a foul. Luka Doncic. And the Boston lead is down to 5 with 1:15 to go in game 2.
It's all part of the process, all part of the journey.
Ball knocked away from him by Jones.
It starts defensively.
Dallas can make it a one-possession game.
You gotta do whatever it takes to win.
7 seconds remaining. The Celtics are going to take a 2-0 lead in the finals. A smothering defense here in the fourth quarter.
The closer you get to thinking about your goal, the easier it is to relax. They brought the best out of us tonight. We keep that up, man. We got to be hungry. We got to be hungry. All right, together. 1, 2, 3. Goal of mine has always been to be the head coach of the Celtics, and I think when you're young, the most important thing is having the proper mindset being instilled in you from the people around you.
People are like, oh my gosh, Boston's so intense and the fans are so intense. He loves it. He like lives on it. Boston's #1. It's always been #1. It's home for him. And everything he does connects back to Papa Dan for sure.
The DNA of who I am comes from this town, comes from my dad, comes from this court right here. Like, there's no doubt about it. This was kind of the mecca or the nucleus of my family and really the town in general. My dad had a key, and me and him would come here for hours. And then at the end, we would play one-on-one in the paint, me versus him, and there was no rules. And so we would just play until someone was bleeding, and it was just like, you're gonna learn how to just get through stuff.
It's a player's coach. He really allows a player to be who they are.
He wants you to be the best person and the best player you can possibly be.
I think all coaches are about the same. What separates them is the type of players that they have. The ultimate compliment is the situation that we're in right now, where you have to get it done.
Without that pressure, you cannot perform at your highest level. The greatest athletes, basketball players, soccer players, and all the sports is when the pressure is completely there. They become better.
This is the largest lead of the finals so far for the Mavericks.
It's a noticeable difference not having that 7'2" presence in Kristaps Porzingis.
To have a successful team, everyone's a leader.
We're gonna have the ultimate trust right now. We're taking unbelievable shots.
You go down the line, each individual guy brings something different that makes the team successful.
Blocked by White. Here's Tatum down the other end.
We truly, truly believe that anybody can make the big shot.
Tillman tries a three.
And, you know, we fight for the full 48.
All those little things, they matter.
It's a Celtics tsunami here in the second half.
Pressure and expectations, there's nothing bigger than the ones we put on ourselves.
Pritchard again on Doncic. Just overpowers him and backs it in. Lots of time remaining.
You don't think we want to win? No one wants to win more than our team, our locker room, our organization.
We've said all year it takes what it takes. Everyone feels that fire in their own way. It's how you harness that as a collective.
Kicks it back out. White puts up a three. Derrick White from downtown.
Just being that team that we've been pretty much the whole year.
Being unselfish, being together.
You got to take your ego, your emotion out of it. Like, we're trying to win a championship.
Boston Celtics are one win away from an NBA title.
One more. We want one more game?
Yes, sir.
As close as they have gotten so many times, it just shows you that it's not easy. You know, just because you make it to a certain level where you're almost there, anything can happen. You know, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
For 99 games, the Boston Celtics have done everything there is to do. Tonight, in game 100, they can do the last thing they need to do.
Closer you are to winning, closer you are to losing. You see so many times, whether it's in basketball, fighting it, when there's leads or when there's opportunity to go after your opponent, you let them live. If you have the expectation that this is going to be the end of them, then what? Now your opponent has broken your expectations.
Create separation, create confusion. We haven't had one more passes, we haven't had any of that, all right? Let's get back to our offensive purpose.
You have to look at your opponent with the ultimate respect. You could be down 3-0 in a series, but it really could have been just 10 possessions. Nothing's guaranteed.
The Mavericks eviscerate the Boston Celtics tonight in Game 4. The third largest margin of victory in the history of the finals.
Yeah, just put a little bit of doubt into Boston's mind.
Now it's about responsibility and ownership. It's a test of character. Hey, we lost the game. Let's see how we respond.
You could be on top of the world for a couple days and then you lose one game and then you just feel like the lowest of lows. Summers be long, the year be long. This is your goal, and if this is what you put your mind to, if this is what you want, well, there's gonna be a point where you're gonna get hit. You're gonna have to just get back up. That's what making it to the top is really all about. Just wrapping your mind around, all right, I can't get frustrated, I can't get upset, I can't get down. I can withstand this.
You know, I used to go to Red Auerbach camp, and I remember he would speak to the team. He talked a lot about what it meant to be a Celtic. It's your character, it's togetherness, your teamwork, your toughness, your mindset, the type of parent you are, the type of husband you are, how important the city is. It's who you are. God put you here for this. You have everything at your disposal, whether it's within yourself or the people around you, to execute. And it's what you do with it. Faith. For however long we're here together, we have to fight to keep that. You drive up that ramp, there is no tomorrow.
It's bigger than one player, it's bigger than one person.
Every single person on the roster has their individual story that contribute to who our team is as a whole.
Together, everyone achieves more from top to bottom. Everybody is included.
So you have to know that your teammates are going to be there. You know, that's one of the hallmarks of a great team.
We all come into this building. We all know what we're working towards.
Putting in this work day in, day out, it helps raise everyone's level.
Trying to sacrifice a little bit for each other.
Everybody really wants to go out there and compete for each other.
It's different from an individual sport. You don't have to do it alone.
It's a family organization. You watch out for each other, you care for each other, and you're pulling for each other.
Bringing banner number 18 to the Boston Celtics, you know, that's his dream, you know, that's his ultimate goal.
Knowing that it's what he's always wanted since he was 3 years old, it's all he's ever talked about. He didn't have a plan B. It was this or die for him.
I could see the look on his face, and I've seen that look before. This is dedication and determination all boiled up into one.
You're born for this. God prepared you for this. Give him hell.
And Payton Pritchard checks into the game, who had the half-court shot in game 2.
It truly makes me really happy to see him do what he loves.
They know who they are. And we don't have to remind them. We're doing it all year. Nothing changes. Play for each other. Do it together. During this time of year, you got to depend on each other to be a champion. You're playing against the Boston Celtics now. Championships are made in Boston.
The great ones always have that inner confidence, that inner belief. These guys want the ball when it matters. It's a winning culture, passed on from generation to generation.
You know, but that's the brotherhood of Celtics. It's always been like that.
Celtic pride is a real thing, and you take pride in putting that jersey on and being a part of it.
The goals are hanging in our practice facility and in the arena every day, and there's no other goal. The goal here is banners.
To look up in the rafters and know that that's the culture around here. The expectation is winning.
How you play the game, how you share the ball, how you dive on the floor, and what you stand for.
It's kind of a gift to play here in Boston in that way. It's just a feeling you have.
that I don't really know how to describe it.
You heard Porzingis right at the very beginning of this year, he kept saying, it's different here. It is different here. It's been a privilege to be part of it.
Individually, they weren't perfect for the last 8 months, but collectively, they were.
You attempt, Dave. You attempt.
It is Banner 18. The mission demanded is mission accomplished.
Whatever it is, doesn't have to be basketball that, you know. If you dream big enough and work hard enough, you can be the best in the world at whatever you want to do.
Having a ring, putting that 18th banner up here, winning means everything.
That was the reason why I wanted to come here. You know, seeing how close these guys were and being presented with this opportunity, I just couldn't say no.
Everybody coming together and reaching a goal that we set out, and I think it just hard work paid off.
You get very few chances in life to be great. You just got to take the bull by the horns and you got to just own it, and our guys own it.
So proud to be part of this team, and that it happened now. La gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios.
We all need each other. This is a team sport, and we went through the ups and downs. It's been a long time coming, and damn, it was worth it.
Bill Russell would be so proud. The 2024 Bill Russell Finals MVP goes to Jaylen Brown.
It was a full team effort, and I shared this with my brothers and my partner in crime, Jayson Tatum. He was with me the whole way, so we shared this shit together.
All my life, you know, that's what I dreamed to be, an NBA champion.
I'm so very thankful for everyone who's been in my life that's, you know, had a little influence on, you know, what I've done.
Legacy means leaving something behind that's gonna, you know, be an example for others. This is what we play for, and to win a championship is really just a testament to what it is that you love and what you stand for. Your teammates, your family, the people close to you, the city.
Being here in Boston, I think the fans really helped my experience here more than anything.
We have the best fans in the whole NBA. They expect great things. They expect us to play hard, and I love that about them.
I feel like the relationships that we've built here, they're gonna last a long time.
I think that, you know, the number one thing is you just try to be yourself. If you have people that are intrinsically motivated, that are about the team, that have shown themselves to be interested in competing and playing hard, then when you put all those guys together, you can achieve something. Everybody welcomed me with open arms here, and it's been unbelievable to work in this kind of environment.
They don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted that you make these runs, and you know, getting over the top, that's what drives these guys.
Getting to know them off the court and the people that they are makes you want to do everything you can to help them win.
This showing of appreciation and love is what makes the difference, what makes you feel like you're in a family.
There's a trust that is very obvious. And I think that's what makes them great.
Whatever you accomplish as a team, you want to be able to get back together 15 years from now and say, that was special because we did it with that group of people, and that group of people was like this.
They care for one another. They care about the community. They care about their family. Care about their friends. They really care about each other. That's what champions are made of. I'm
I'm at a loss for words right now.
I see that.
This is crazy. I don't know what to say. I love being in this place, especially empty. When you take a look at that empty space, like that's where I envisioned every national anthem, the 2024 anthem going.
So he had said most of the season, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win at home.
So I knew it was either 5 or 7.
And he said, and I was like, please, my heart can't take 7.
I just had a feeling that, everything that everybody had been through, we were gonna face that head on, and we were gonna conquer it together. I knew we were gonna win. I knew we were gonna win at home. There was a sense of inevitability within our team because they made a decision that they were gonna do it, and they were gonna do it together. For every person that's worked for this organization, for every person that's played for this organization, you've helped move the Celtic organization forward. We're all in it together, and everybody needs to know that. All right, make sure you capture that last part. Hogging the trophy, that's all right.
I think I'm pretty solid, to be honest. I think I have good technique, so if they need somebody, I'm here.
I saw you for like 2 minutes over there.